The following program is recorded content created by the Truth Network.
Nikita Koloff, the Russian nightmare, no, the devil's nightmare, here from It's Time to Man Up, challenging men to step into their true manhood. Your chosen Truth Network podcast is starting in just a few seconds. Enjoy it, share it, but most of all, thank you for listening to the Truth Podcast Network.
I'm John Perry. I'm filling in for Stu Epperson on Truth Talk Radio. It is an incredible day. There is loud music and everything in this restaurant because we're at the smoking amazing barbecue spot near Kannapolis, North Carolina. And I'm with Josh Broome, and he's just written a book. He's written an amazing book. And just tell us more about this book and why write a book about, challenging the lies of the enemy. Why do that?
Yeah, so the book is called 7 Lies That'll Ruin Your Life, and the reason I wrote that book is because there were lies that almost destroyed my life, and the world is trying to shape people into itself, and the world is broken, and it leads to loneliness and hopelessness and despair.
That's awesome, man. So here at the Truth Network, this is John Perry filling in for Stu Epperson on Truth Talk, and we really value the truth, right? And so what, in your experience and your testimony, tell us about yourself. Who is Josh Broome?
So I live in Dallas, Texas. I've been married for almost 8 years, have 4 boys, and I'm just someone that loves to share that I was facing death, and I was saved by the person of Jesus Christ, and everything has been different since then. But, I was in a dark industry. I was in the porn industry for 6 years, and I had everything the world said that would bring me satisfaction. I had money, I had fame, I had notoriety. But all those things, when they didn't fix my heart, they almost led to my death. But I ran instead of taking my life, and I met this girl that loved me enough to tell me the truth. And she told me about the truth, and there is one truth, and there is a way to find life that he's talking about in abundance, and his name is Jesus. And John 14:6 talks about Jesus is the way, the truth, the life, and no one comes to the Father except through him. And that's what the book's about, and that's what I want for people.
Well, that's awesome. And tell us, we're with another pastor here who I'm going to put on the spot here, but we're with another pastor who you're speaking at his church in just a couple hours. And Pastor, you pastor a fairly large church in Kannapolis, and just tell us what draw you to invite Josh, this controversial guy who's saying, I was in the porn industry and now I'm fighting for the Lord, and I'm fighting for people on Capitol Hill and fighting for people who don't have a voice, right, in the industry, who think, oh, I'm stuck. So why would a pastor like you say, let's bring on a guy like him?
Yeah, so usually on my Mondays, I watch other pastors that have churches, and on this one particular Monday, I was watching a pastor, and he was interviewing this guy, and I was interested in what he had to say, and so I listened to him, and then I thought, man, our guys at our church need to hear it. I don't see what Josh is doing. I don't see him as really as a controversial guy. I see him as a guy that has been radically changed to the message of the gospel, and I believe that men need to hear that message. And so I wanted our guys to hear it, and so I shot him a message, and he replied. I couldn't believe it. And then we just set it up, and here we are today.
Well, that's awesome. Again, I'm John Perry with Truth Talk Live, filling in for Stu Epperson, and we're at a barbecue place again, so you're going to hear the great sounds of people eating this yummy barbecue and chicken and coleslaw. And so, Joshua, just as we close here, just give us a brief, just what is your challenge to these young people? These young people, I'm a basketball coach at a local college here in North Carolina, where I see men who are 19 to 25 who are struggling with their home life, with their sexual life, and with whatever that may be. What would you say is the biggest thing for guys like that, college age students, to rise up and to be men who are really sharing the Lord and being world changers? Because ultimately a guy like you is going to be challenging thousands of people, speaking all over the world, and saying, hey, how can we step up and show out for the Lord?
Yeah, I would say if you ask any young man if you wanted more capacity, more ability, more knowledge, and to be more effective, I don't know anyone that would say no. And the way that you get that is the wisdom that the Lord provides in His Word. And for me, Jesus saved my life, but the Bible transformed my life. And trusting that Jesus' words was true, He said not a dot, not an iota of His word is going to pass away until it's all fulfilled. I trusted in the person of Jesus, and I trusted that He took His word seriously, so I chose to take His word seriously. And for me, man, this it's a broken world, and if you want to be a world changer, anything that's worth anything is on the other side of surrender. So surrendering to the person of Jesus and allowing His truth and His words and His ways, and trying to emulate them, and you can't do it on your own, surrendering to Him and allowing His word and His love and His peace that's available to you because of what He's done. Knowing that is the main thing. Like, that is the thing. Like, whatever you want in this life, if it's good, it's going to be, it's given to us from the Father in heaven. So I would say that's what I want people to know. Like, whatever problem you want to solve, you can't lead anyone until you lead yourself. And the only way to lead yourself is to surrender to the person of Jesus, and that's where leadership is found.
Well, that's awesome. Thank you so much, Joshua and Pastor, for joining Truth Talk with John Perry. And give us your website real fast so that people, how do we connect with Joshua Broome, who's changing the world with the gospel of Jesus Christ?
Yes, and my website is Joshua Broome with an E on it. So joshuabroome.me. So JOSHUABROOME.ME.
Truth Talk Live.
Another program powered by the Truth Network.